Good morning, it's Barbara. It is a little bit dreary, but Dennis says it's not going to rain, but the winds have been blowing like crazy, so I'm going to be inside. Good morning, it's Barbara. Look at what I'm wearing. Here is my Korean. I am so happy with that. It needs to be blocked, obviously, and it will be eventually. But look how wonderful. It is so squishy and gorgeous. Oh my goodness. It's like wearing a turtleneck blanket. But I'm so happy with it. I am so happy with it. Thank you, Carol. Thank you for the encouragement and the pattern. I'm having my coffee. Good morning, it's Barbara. Thank you for joining me for coffee. So, this is the Korean by Amy Palco. I made a couple modifications. I did not do any short rows. I really wanted to be able to just throw this poncho on, find a seam. It's not really a seam. Put it in the front and bingo, I'm wearing it. I did not want to have to figure. I mean, how lazy does that sound, right? I mean, seriously. I didn't want to have to figure out which was the front and the back. No, I didn't. I wanted to just throw it on. And Marianne said when she did hers, she didn't do short rows, and she wasn't sorry. I'm not sorry either. Although when you look at me wearing it, the back looks shorter than the front, but I don't care. So, I made this with John Arbon's Knit by Numbers. This is a DK Falcon Merino wool, organically farmed, and it is number 59. Knit by Numbers 59. DKBN 59. It's a DK. I am in love with this yarn. I bought this years ago and I never made it into anything, and well, now I'm glad because now it's this. But I highly recommend it. I really enjoyed knitting it. And you know, I've been very low mojo. I have this much yarn left. I might have had enough for one more row. I probably have enough for one more row here, but I was worried and I didn't want to worry about it, so I just bound off. I watched 3 movies last night, Catching Fire and Mockingjay 1 and 2. And it was 1.5 movies to bind it off. But I am so happy with it. I would have liked a little bit longer edging. It's only 2 inches, but that's where I was when I last showed it to you. So I had another 1.25 inches to go. But I really was only going to get one more row if I got the whole row. And so I decided to just bail and make sure that I could bind it off without too much stress. But I'm really happy with it. Well, I guess I'm going to wear it all day because I've just got a shirt on underneath. I didn't put a sweater on. I can wear it all day because it's not going to be that warm. I do need to, I have 2 ends. I need to sew in, which I will do today. And then I'm going to wear it until it's too warm to wear it, and then I'm going to block it. I'm not going to waste a day when I could wear it having it wet upstairs on the floor. So I'm going to wait till warmer weather, and then I'm going to block it. It's supposed to be warm the rest of the week after today, actually. I mean, and today is not that cold. 54 out there now, so. Oh, it's probably just going to be perfect for walking. But my plan is, in the cold weather, it's going to sit on the back of my chair for when I'm chilly. You know, I have a couple turtleneck sweaters, and which I wear when I'm feeling chilly and need to feel cozy, and I love them. So I'm really looking forward to staying warm with this, but I am so happy with it. I am so happy with it. And it was just what I needed to knit on, because, you know, my mojo has been so low. I was thinking about it this morning. Because right in front of me on the bottom of my bed is a rack that has my shawls on it. And I have a lot of shawls, and I don't even remember what most of them are. So I was thinking, like, last year I did sort of a sweater parade. I wore all my sweaters and I talked about my sweaters, and I was thinking, well, I could do that next, you know, when it got cool again. I would, because the sweaters are all kind of bunched up and hanging and whatever, and I thought, oh, you know what, I could reblock my shawls, and reblock my shawls, and they'll look beautiful, and I could wear a different shawl every day on my vlog, and it would be a little bit of content, because you know me, I'm always interested in content. And I realized I don't really remember what most of them are. So I would have to go through my library, which has a lot of shawl patterns, and try to figure out what these are and try to remember my yarn. Although, you know, I could go through my podcasts, find them there. They're there. Why? I completely lost why I was talking about my shawls. Isn't that funny? Oh, I was looking at my shawls. I was thinking about my shawls, and I was thinking about things that I had made for Christy, my daughter. I have knit a few things for her over the years. And the last thing that I knit her was a shawl for her wedding. Now, she didn't need it because it wasn't cool. It was perfect weather and she didn't need the shawl. But I felt like, you know, her mother's a knitter. She should have a beautiful wedding shawl. And so I knit her one, but I was in the middle of very, very, very low mojo. You know, and I kind of forced myself to knit her this shawl, and it was beautiful, and I was so happy that I made it, and I think she likes it. But my mojo was really low then, and she's been married 2.5 years now. So my mojo, very long story to say, my mojo has been low for quite some time, as you all know, because I mention it occasionally. So it feels really wonderful. In the course of knitting this, I have caught myself sitting there saying, oh, I feel like knitting. Oh, let me just knit. Yesterday, or the day before yesterday, I was feeling really bad, you know, funky. I was in a little bit of a funk. And I sat there and I said, oh, I need to do some self-care. I better knit. At a time when I wouldn't typically knit during the day lately. I'm like thinking to myself, it's so nice to really feel like I want to knit. It was really nice. And it was self-care. Anyway, I've really enjoyed making this. It is so squishy and wonderful. I'm going to wear it today. I'm going to trim the yarns inside. I did take care of all the ends when I was adding new skeins of yarn. I used 6 skeins in this. And so I only have the beginning and the end to weave in, and then it'll be done. And when spring has come on full bore, and I won't need it for a while, then I'll block it. I haven't blocked anything in years. I don't think I've blocked anything since Christy's shawl. So I haven't blocked anything in 2.5 years. Isn't that crazy? I guess I kind of blocked my sweaters when I washed them, but I didn't pin them. Anyway, here's me being excited about my finished object. Oh, I'm wearing it today. Did I say that? Anyway, so yesterday Manny came. Manny is our Amish yard guy who built our fence for us, and it's so beautiful. And he fixed the gate. The gate couldn't open quite wide enough because our ground was uneven, and he fixed that. And his guy came and picked the sticks, and he and I had a long conversation about what I would like him to do in my yard. And what I really want is I want a beautiful spring front yard. You know, when I pull up to the house from the dog walk or wherever I am and come to the house, I want it to look beautiful in the spring. My neighbors have lots of daffodils, and their house looks, you know, very nice, their landscaping. And that's what I want. Now, my landscaping looks good now because they did a beautiful fall cleanup for me. And so got rid of all the weeds and, you know, so the house looks fine. It's just not colorful. It's not beautiful in the spring. And I told Manny, that's what I want. I said, so be prepared. I'm going to be wanting to plant a lot of bulbs come the fall. I'm also going to want to replant. My irises are spreading a lot. So I'm going to want to take some of those irises and move them to other places because I love irises. And but they're just too many where they are. They're taking over a little bit. So, yeah. So he's going to put in sort of a hedge row right at the edge of the forest of forsythia for me. So it'll be bright yellow first thing in the spring, which is when you need it. And he's going to plant we're going to clean up the space between the driveways. We have about four trees in between the driveways, and it's been just brambles and back to nature, and an ugly back to nature. And for 20 years. I mean, we've never really done anything over there, and we've been here 20 years. So he's going to clean that up, and he's going to put down some wood chips, and he's going to plant me some bushes, and we're going to put some bulbs in there come fall, and that's going to be all cleaned up and look very spiffy, and that'll be exciting. He's also going to give me a little flower bed in my back along my brand new fence with peonies in it, because I really want peonies. And it's going to be back where we can see it in the backyard in the sun. I hope I picked a good place for it. Anyway, I really enjoyed my conversation with Manny. I came in feeling very cheerful after talking about, well, not only what I want, but what I don't have to do. I wonder if this should be up further. Oh, maybe I needed short rows. Just kidding. Anyway, so that was a very fun part of the day. Maisie came home. I don't see her. She's outside, I'm sure. She's all sheared and shaved and looking spiffy. And yeah, but my conversation with Manny made me smile, and that was fun. And then I knit like a crazy woman and finished, and I'm so happy about it. So I need to ball this up. So if I keep this up and start knitting like DK sweaters instead of fingering, I have a lot of fingering. But I have DK too. I need to organize my scraps a little bit. Because now I'm having DK scraps, and what am I going to do with that? So also I got caught by a couple of Instagram ads yesterday. I ordered a couple of shirts for the summer from Chico. They're, they have a you know, discount website where they sell their stuff. And so I bought a couple of shirts. But the other thing was the Crafty Toads. It was like an ad, I guess, shop now, you know, for their advent calendar. So I ordered their advent calendar. They've done they do such a gorgeous job with their dyeing. I was so impressed when they started dyeing, and I just love their colors. And now they're back dyeing, and so I ordered the advent calendar, but I ordered it in DK because Megan's going to send me fingering on my advent, which is my most special advent. And I ordered Sweet Sparrow advent, which is also going to be 10-gram minis, and that's going to be fingering. So I decided to get the Crafty Toads advent in DK. I have no idea what I'm going to do with that. But I'm excited, and their theme for this year's advent is Under the Sea, which I think sounds yummy. So anyway, I did a little shopping yesterday, and I have my gardener guy all set up, and I'm excited about what's going to happen in my yard. And I finished my Korean, and so yesterday was a good day. Yesterday was a very good day. I don't know what I'm going to do today, except weave in some ends. I probably am going to boot up my laptop, which I'm not on my laptop very often, and rummage around in Ravelry and see what I want to make next. Because I do want to have a knitting project on the go. I'm still in the place where I want something that's fairly straightforward. I don't think I want anything too fiddly. Although, you know, maybe I should just... Well, if I'm going to have something a little fiddly, I should probably do socks or something like that rather than try a sweater. Although I am right at the mosaic for my Forest Park sweater. And I would love to have that sweater next winter. I don't know. We'll see. Anyway, I'm thinking about my next knitting project, but I haven't started it yet. I've been watching vlogs, you know, I was watching vlogs and podcasts and things, and, you know, people are having cast-on-itis, and, you know, I know I shouldn't cast on anything, but I didn't have that. I didn't have that. Maybe I'll cast on two things. No, I don't think I'll do that. But anyway, I've got lots of choices of yarn. And but meanwhile, I am going to work on my blanket because I am ready. I am going to be so excited when I pick a new color and add it to that blanket. I cannot tell you, because I have been re-crocheting the same yarns from the 3 times that I started this blanket. 3. Pretty sure. Definitely 2, but I'm pretty sure it was 3. And I just keep crocheting off of the old one because it was the wrong size or the wrong this or the wrong that. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to adding some new colors there. Let me tell you. Let me tell you. So I might be doing that. We'll see. I'm not pressuring myself, but anyway. It's like wearing a sweater. It's like wearing a blanket. It's like wearing a blanket. Oh, and it's so cushy and soft and wonderful. I highly recommend this yarn. I cannot recommend it enough. If I didn't have a room full of yarn, I'd go buy myself another sweater's quantity of this yarn because it is gorgeous. I am really enjoying. I enjoyed knitting it, and it's so squishy to wear. It's soft and wonderful. So I recommend it, and I might just treat myself to another sweater's quantity so I can keep it in my room for years till I figure out what I'm going to do with it. But yeah. It's so funny because I've wanted a poncho for the longest time, and I don't know why I've never made one before. Now, I thought I wanted one that is a very, very much like a fisherman knit sweater with cables, you know, that natural color with cables and stuff, because I saw a young woman wearing a gorgeous poncho that looked like that, and I thought, oh, that's what I want. And that was even before I was knitting. So the poncho I had in my mind was a big project with a lot of cables, and you know, and I never necessarily looked even for a pattern for it. But in my mind, it was like, you know, fancy and whatever. So, but I have wanted a poncho for a really long time, and I'm shocked that I haven't made one before, but I'm glad I waited. Yeah. And thank you all for your encouragement, because I really do appreciate it. I really do appreciate it. All right, I'm rambling a long time today. And Aquila was right. That second number was, "This are all the minutes you have left, girl, so shut up." So I went and cleaned off my phone. So I could talk for probably 30 hours. But I won't. I'll go now. Threatening you. Meanwhile, please take good care of yourselves. Please, please stay safe and stay sane.